So I've sat down with Penny and Abbey and their guardians to kind of discuss things. And one of the things that I'm noticing is the dogs don't have a lot of impulse control. If the guardian just got one of our guardians who's filming it was just telling if they're kissing, Penny will jump up and she wants to join in the fun. Well, this is again, I do. We need the dog to develop self-control. So I ask, and then if invited, then I do. But right now, the invite stage is completely off the record, or it's not involved. So basically what we want to do is look for ways we can incorporate a pause to help them develop self-control. One of the things we talked about, and I'm going to go through in this video as an example, is when we come home and how we should behave to our dogs when we come home. We come home and our dogs are jumping up. If we correct them, we yell at them. For dogs, good attention from us and bad attention from us is just about the same thing. There's not that big of a difference. So what I want to do is just ignore them. Now, if they're jumping up, you can use the technique I mentioned off camera. And if you do that, within 1 or 2 days, they'll stop jumping up completely. They'll jump up, but they won't touch you. And then they'll just stop. So remember, anything your dog is doing when you pet it is what you're rewarding. So if you come home and your dog's spazzing out, jumping up, and you're petting it, the dog's like, this is how I asked to be petted. So instead, just walk through the door and wait for them to calm down. Now, Penny, just a minute ago, I went over to pet her, and she kept on putting her paw up on top of my arm. Let's see if we can do it right here. Sit. So now she's not doing it. So every time she put her paw up, I retracted, I bended my elbow away. Once her paw went back on the ground, then I went back to pet her. Elbow, so it was like this a whole bunch of times, but eventually now I can pet her and she stays sitting. And this was all of about 1.5 minutes of time I spent doing this. So for you guys, every time she jumps up on you, on your laps, you guys have petted her. So you have conditioned her to do this, and this is a proper way to ask. So when you come home in the future, ignore. Now, if Penny comes over and she sits and she's got this sort of energy, it's nice and calm, I start reaching for her. She starts wiggling and gets up, then I retract my hand and I just go about my business. I don't tell them no, I don't correct them. The consequence is the thing that you were excited about doesn't happen because you got excited. Now, the timing of that is important. If they get excited and then after 5 seconds, then I start going away, it's harder for them to make the connection. Now, once she does settle and I reach over, it might be, like I said, several times, but eventually she relaxes. Now, if she's relaxed and Abbey isn't, then I'm not petting Abbey. Abbey will eventually start to mimic her behavior. My puppy Quest is right outside here. We might bring him out here to pee on stuff to help her smell other dogs and motivate her to pee here. But when I went to pick him up, I just thought about it. I was wearing this exact shirt. And I went to go, and there's 10 Dalmatian puppies in the whelping box, and they all sat down and looked up as soon as I walked in the room. No barking, nope. And my breeder, Linda McSherry at Patch Mountain Dalmatians, and good breeders will do this. Every time somebody came to visit, she would say, and they would go, oh, what a cute puppy. And they go, nope, pet that one in the back that's sitting. We call this learning to mand. So every time the dog sits, that dog gets petted and the rest of them don't. The other ones are like, what is he doing that I'm not doing? And they can learn through watching and observing each other. And after doing this enough times, like I said, 10 Dalmatian puppies at 8 weeks of age all sat down and just looked up, no barking, no excitement. Perfect. So for you guys, the same thing. When you come home, the more we make a big deal out of it, the more that they'll continue to do it. So we're just going to be completely dispassionate, and we're only going to pet them when they're in a calm, balanced state of mind. So this is how we can add a little bit of structure to help the dogs develop a little bit of self-control.